Okay, yeah. Hi everyone. So, so we are happily inviting you for this next session of developer series. So, in this session, we are going to discuss about AWS Cognito service. Okay, and then we are going to in the demo part, we are going to discuss about how to secure our APIs. So that we are going to discuss about. So the APIs we build it in the previous session. So we previous session we discussed about how to build the serverless applications. We build applications for order management. So we build four APIs. So in this session we are going to look into about how to secure those APIs with Cognito. That is what we are going to look into it. So okay, so now let's I hope my screen is also visible properly. Yeah, sharing properly. Yeah. So now next. So yeah, generally Cognito using it for your user management. Okay, so it's providing uh, services for authentication and authorization purpose. Okay, so it will provide the interface and then APIs to do sign up and then sign in and then it actually perform two ways. Okay, there are two features it has. So one is user cognito user pool, another one is identity pool. Okay, so that we will discuss in the upcoming slides. Okay, so basically it's help you to manage your users are using your application and AWS services and everything. Okay, so it will provide the sign up and sign in features and then access control over your application and then in your AWS services also that we can do it. And then it's actually a serverless service, so it can easily scale up and then scale down based on the user load we have it, user base we have it. And then we can integrate some other third party, some social media accounts also we can integrate it like Apple, Facebook login, Google and Amazon login also we can do that. And then it support build our own login system for enterprise, uh, build our own identity authentication system for our enterprise organization. So with it supports SAML 2.0 and then OpenID. These are the like a techniques which will help you to build our own authentication system. Okay, so it's also support by Cognito. So and the other key concept we have is which is user Cognito user pool. So it's actually user directory. So that will here you can sign up, sign in the user. We can do that, and then it will return the JWT token, access token, and then ID token. It will return it. Through that you can access your AP resources. So the in authorization point of it, your AP also will be validated, your token also will be validated in that point. Okay. So and then it supports multi-factor authentication also it supports, and then we can integrate Facebook and Google sign in also we can integrate it. So this is what user cognito cognito user pool. Okay, and then another is identity pool. Okay, so this is mainly using it for organization, uh, enterprise organization. So it will use the services like we are providing um, access for our AWS for our users to access our AWS resources. Okay, so providing the grant user access to other AWS services through temporary AWS credentials. Okay, yeah, anonymous guest access also we can support, and then it supports our customized authentication methods like the techniques like SAML, OpenID Connect, and then social providers. So sometimes role-based access control also we can do that with the different user groups. So that also we can do it with identity pools, the federate identity. That the features of identity pools in Cognito. And then other key concepts are app clients. Okay, so app clients are your the like you have a Cognito pool. Okay, so that's your service. You should use that service in your client's application, like a web application or mobile application. So that is the app clients. Okay, so through that it will provide the uh, ID, and then we can set how your user going to sign in, whether they are going to use it with their uh, user password, user email, or in some other ways they are going to sign in. That we have to define while creating the Cognito pool, and then while sign phase also we have to mention. Okay, so can enforce the token expiration time also. We can enable and disable it in our app clients. Okay, so in the app clients and then the client tool and then pool, we will uh, do the we will check exactly how it works in the demo part, so that we will check that. And then the authentication flow also we can mention. There are three different authentication flows, like a user password, like user email and password. Through that we can authenticate, and then admin secure remote password also we can authenticate, and then customized authentication method also we can do it. Okay, so and then we can, based on the authentication, we can invoke some of the actions also we can do that. Okay, when pre sign up, and then these are the custom triggers we can do that. And then before doing the sign up, if you have to validate the user registration, that's also we can trigger some lambda function. These are the events, we custom events we have it. Okay, so pre sign up and then post confirmation and pre authentication, post authentication and custom message. So these are the events we have. So whenever this we can customize it actions, we can do that. And then whenever these actions are happen, we can do some follow up operations, lambda trigger, and the lambda trigger uh, will do some operations in database, or whatever our requirements, we can do it. Okay, so these are the key concept. We have it in our Cognito. Okay, so generally how it works is, so we have our APIs. Okay, our APIs are secured with uh, Cognito authorizer. Okay, so first our user will register their account in Cognito. Okay, so they have to sign in, and then they will get JWT token from Cognito. Okay, so and then they have to attach their JWT token in their API request header, authorization header. They have to attach it, and then they have to hit their API. API gateway, it will connect with the Cognito. Cognito, that will validate the JWT token. If it's validate, it will provide the access. If it's not valid, and then it will revoke. It will give some unauthorized access message. It will return. So this is how uh, the JWT, like the AWS Cognito, secures our APIs. Okay. So the demo part. So previously we built uh, order management serverless application. Okay, so we are attaching the Cognito here. Okay, so first user have to register, and then they will get the JWT token, and then JWT token we have to attach it in our API headers. Okay, and then our API gateway have the authorizer and with Cognito authorizer, so it will validate our API request. Okay, if it's valid, and then it will give the access to lambda trigger, and then if it's not valid, and then it will return unauthorized error, something it will return it. Okay, so this is what we are going to check in our demo part. So let me share my screen in the VS Code. Okay, we will just check the code base and everything. Yeah. So yes, so this is the developer series. This is the entry point. Okay. So in the previous series, we checked the code base for building the crude serverless application for order management. Okay. So additionally, we are adding the Cognito user pool here and creating the user pool client here, and then we are using this user pool in our API, and then we are creating the Cognito authorizer. Okay, so the authorizer we are attaching it with our API gateway user pool authorizer. We are creating it, and then the authorizer we are attaching it with each APIs. We are attaching it for creating, and then create API. We are mentioning API gateway method option, authorizer. Object we are passing it, and then all the APIs we are authorizing with Cognito pool. Okay, so in our user pool CDK code, we are mentioned the user pool name is my user pool, and then self sign in enabled, sign up enabled, and then like sign in aligns, yes, true, and then auto verify. Also, we mentioned true, and then the password policy, it should be like a minimum length, require lowercase, and like a the valid password policy we set here. So minimum uh, one lowercase we need, one uppercase letter we need, digits also need, symbols also need, and then minimum 8 letters we have. So these are the things we set that, and then account recovery options also we added, and then this Cognito can be deleted from CDK. That permission also we are providing it. Okay, and then in Cognito client we are creating it. So this client will help you to sign in and sign up operations. Okay, so Cognito user pool, it have all the user details. Okay, all the users, you have it, and then through the client you can do sign in, sign up, verification, everything you can do it. So I'm attaching it with user pool, and I'm setting generate secret is false, and then the method I'm providing, the authentication method is user, they can sign in with user and password, user email and password, they can sign it. Okay, so this is what I'm doing it. And then the user pool, I'm creating the authorizer. Okay, actually authorizer is nothing, I'm attaching my Cognito with API gateway. Okay, so each and every API calls, my authorizer will validate my APIs. Okay, so the Cognito pools I'm attaching it, then authorizer value I'm passing it my each APIs. Okay, where whatever APIs you want to validate, you can attach it. Okay, so these are the things I'm doing it. So this is how I'm securing the APIs. So now let's deploy this service, and then we will test the APIs and everything. CDK synth. So it will create the CloudFormation template for my CDK code. I can validate it. Then CDK deploy. I hope my screen is properly. Yeah, good. So it's just asking the permission to deploy the services. Yeah. So now our services and everything is deployed. So we can just verify it. Let me reshare my screen with the AWS to the AWS console. So yeah, so now we deployed DynamoDB. Okay, so the entire infrastructure we deployed again, and DynamoDB tables. Yeah, we have, and Lambda, 4 Lambda functions we deployed again. Yeah, great. Now next, AP gateway. Yeah, AP gateway also we have, and here authorizer. Yeah, so authorizer also Cognito pull attached. So now let's open the Cognito. So Cognito pulls. Yeah, so this is the Cognito pool. It has been created here. Okay, this is my pool ID, and here we can see app integration. And the bottom you can see the client app clients. So that is the client we created. So with the client ID, we can sign in, sign up. That we can do it. Okay. So the authentication for user password flow we set that. So now let's go back to the VS Code and then we will do the sign in, sign up, and then we will test our APIs that we can do it. Okay. So we will let me share my screen again. Yeah. Yes. So in the documentation, I mentioned I provided how to do the sign up. So for now, we are just focusing on the backend side. Okay. So how, like the real world application, how we have to do it. In the front end side, we have to install front end side means front end application, React application or Angular application. We have to install AWS SDK. Okay. AWS SDK, and then we have to provide this our um, pool ID. Okay. User pool client ID, we have to provide it. And then through that, we can do the sign in do that we get do it we can do that sign up and sign in we can do that. Okay, user client ID and then a user pool ID that we have to provide it. So that will do the sign in and sign up operation, and then that will get the ID and everything, and then that will set the ID in the API calls, all the header API calls it will set that. Okay, so that is the actual flow. It will happen in our production level application. Okay, so for now we don't have a front end application, we have only back end application. So can directly uh, test it with the AWS CLI. So I'm going to do the sign up operation. I will just place my client ID. Okay. So this is my client ID, and then just paste it. Yeah, it says user confirmed false, but signed in properly. Okay. So another one is I'm going to make the confirmation. I'm going to confirm this user from admin side. So generally it will send the email verification mail. So that is also separate process. It will send the code and everything with you. And then using that code, you have to verify your email from your front end side. Instead, I can directly verify it here. Okay, now user is verified. I'm placing the user client ID, and then I'm doing the sign in process now. Okay, so it should return my ID. Yeah, so just a second. ID is not clear. Just do the sign in again. Yeah, so this is my ID token. Okay, so this one, not that. This is the ID token. This ID token, I have to set it in my headers, AP headers. Okay, so like this one. So this is my AP. Okay, my order API will show you, and then the barrier like in authorization headers, I have to set my ID token. Okay, so I already created the AP collection. Okay, so I just need to replace the. I'm using Thunderline. It's similar to Postman collection. Okay, So here you can see create order, update order and everything. Okay, just insert the record and insert the token in header. Okay, yeah, really huge one. Yeah, and then I think this AP should be changed. So I have to update my latest AP. So I will take it from AP gateway. So this is my, yeah, so latest API and everything looks perfect. The post method and then body I'm passing laptop, like yeah, payload I'm passing it. Now let's test that. Yeah, so it says successfully insert that item. Okay, so with the headers I can do it. So now let's uncomment the header and body. I will change the order ID. Now let's test it. Yeah, we can get unauthorized because I'm not passing the headers. Now let's passing the header. Now let's test it. Yeah, now we can get successfully inserted the item. Yeah, this is good. And then this is the same things we have to do it for our other APIs also. Like the header, we have to pass our token. Okay, so then this is how we can secure our APIs with Cognitos. This is the process. So I already uploaded all the changes. Let me share the screen again with console, AWS console and code base. Okay, so in the DynamoDB table, there must be two records has been inserted. Yeah, two records are inserted. And then the code wise, like we uploaded the code changes into the Cognito. So in the fifth one, Cognito, here you can see all the code changes and everything. And then the documentation also we mentioned. Okay, so you just follow it, and then you can also configure your secure your APIs with Cognito that we can do it. Okay, I hope my screen is, yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. So that's it about the Cognito services. So in the next session, we will talk about some other services. Okay. So if you have any suggestions, any feedback, feel free to share with us. Okay. So we are happily accepting that, and then we will try to improve the content quality in next upcoming sessions also. Yeah. Thanks everyone. So we will see you in the next session. Yeah.